I really recommend you take a look at this op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. It says, President Trump's message to forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based is energizing black Americans. Pastor Corey Brooks wrote that, and he joins me now. Sir, you say self-reliance, stable families and education will lift minority neighborhoods. That is radical stuff. I have not heard black leaders say the government is not going to help you, but that's exactly what you're saying. Spell it out, sir.
Absolutely. You know, since the 60s, we were seduced by post-60 liberalism, when we were told that uplift was going to come through social programs only to produce a sense of dependency. And it's that dependency that has ruined our community totally. My heart aches to see how once God-fearing, hard-working community has totally lost out, and how now our communities are in shambles because of this thinking and this logic. Life is like a boomerang. It has a boomerang effect. What you throw out, it comes back. And if you throw out a sense of dependency on government, that's exactly what you're going to get back. And so we see in our communities everything falling apart because we've lost self-reliance. We've lost stable families. We're doing more funerals than marriages. Just Friday, I did a funeral. Saturday, I did a funeral. Today, I'm getting ready to do another funeral. All of those are young people. We need to reverse that cycle and start having families that stay together. And then education is definitely a must.
But it's going to take, what, a generation to turn things around?
Yes, it's going to take a generation to turn things around. This is hard. It's a hard pill to swallow to tell people that, listen, the help is not coming, that Superman is not on the way, that we're going to have to rely on ourselves. We're going to have to get together. We're going to have to start working together, collaborate with partners who are interested in the uplift of our community. And it's going to take us a generation to do that. But I believe that, like our forefathers and ancestors before us, we are strong and resilient. We can do that.
I don't hear any other black leader saying what you're saying now.
Yeah, and that's very unfortunate. I think that's part of the reason. You know, a lot of our leaders have been tied into the Democratic Party for far too long. They've been told that to push this messaging to our community. And as a consequence, we've seen our community fall apart. We've seen businesses leave. We've seen the educational system fail. We've seen poverty at a great magnitude. And so the messaging must change. And as a consequence, also, we must also change our messengers.
Okay, one more for you, Pastor. There's a new watchdog report, and it found that the Department of Health and Human Services spent over $22 billion on grants for migrants. And that included cash for cars, home loans, startups, business startups. What do you make of that, Pastor? Why isn't that money going to American citizens?
All that money should go to American citizens. It would have been so much better if those funds could have been with Small Business Association, helping to create entrepreneurs all across the country. I'm hoping and praying that as Elon Musk and President Trump come across all these funds that have been misappropriated and misspent, that somehow they will give the American citizens a tax rebate. And I think all the funds and all the savings that they're finding and all the monies that they're taking back, it would be better used if it put back into the American citizens' hands.
Now, I saw your op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. I saw it over the weekend, and it's still there today. Yeah. I'm sure you had significant impact with what you're saying. What's been the response? Are you being vilified?
You know, for the most part, a lot of people are very positive, but I am, those so-called leaders that you talked about before are strong in their messaging, vilifying me for my statements and my beliefs. But what they need to know is that I'm not going to waver. I'm not going to bow down. I don't have a yellow streak going down my back. And so I'm going to be courageous. I'm going to continue to get this message out, because I really do believe this is the messaging that's going to change our community, the messaging that our generations need to hear if we're ever going to turn things around. Self-reliance, stable families, and education is a must.
Sir, anytime you want to come back on this program and say that again, please feel free to do so. Pastor Corey Brooks, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.